We came here together as one and forever, where all of your dreams come true. A dream is a wish your heart makes. I'm sure you have
物語はいつだってあなたを待っている。
now that
夢が叶う場所、東京ディズニーリゾート。
Disney has amazing animatronics all around the world. Many of them are talked about frequently, while some of them are less known. Today, we'll take a look at some of the best animatronics of Disney parks around the world. Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, Tokyo DisneySea. Sinbad's Storybook Voyage is a dark ride at Tokyo DisneySea. The ride is full of amazing animatronics. It's kind of like Small World, but instead of the characters being dolls, they're full animatronics. There are 162 animatronics in total in this ride, and while they may not be the most highly advanced animatronics Disney has ever created, they are all very advanced, and that's what makes the ride so impressive. From Sinbad to Shantu, his pet tiger. The voyage starts in Sinbad's village, where everyone is wishing Sinbad and Shantu a safe journey. Then the boat takes us up to a rainstorm where we can see Sinbad's broken ship and two mermaids that save Sinbad from the storm. He gets a new ship and gets to Rock Island, where he has to stop some pirates who are attacking the magical rock birds. Sinbad and Shantu succeed and take one of the bird's magical feathers to the cave of the giant, where they find the giant locked in a prison. This giant is another awesome animatronic in this ride. We can see him locked inside his cell, peeking out from the small window. Even though we can only see his face, the movements and the expressions are amazing. Sinbad uses a feather to unlock the cell and free the giant. In the next scene, we can find the giant singing with Sinbad and thanking him for his freedom by gifting him his gold. Now this is the most impressive animatronic in the ride. The giant is one of the largest animatronics created by Disney. He plays his music while singing along with Sinbad. Sinbad continues with his adventures and arrives in the Sultan's palace, where the Sultan asks him to save a village that had been overtaken by monkeys. Sinbad leaves for the village, where he finds the monkeys and proceeds to use his magic drum to calm them down. The monkeys join in and promise to leave the village. Sinbad starts his journey back to the village and finds a giant whale who helps him get there sooner. He arrives safely at home and shares everything he found during his voyage with the whole village. Mystic Manor, Hong Kong Disneyland.
喺呢度眼見嘅，究竟係幻覺，定係維尼莊園奇幻眼界由你解開。
Mystic Manor opened on May 17, 2013 at Hong Kong Disneyland. This ride is Hong Kong's version of the Haunted Mansion. It doesn't have any ghosts, but it is definitely enchanted. The ride tells the story of Henry Mystic and his monkey friend Albert. Lord Mystic has acquired an enchanted music box that is said to bring any inanimate object to life. We begin the ride in acquisitions and cataloging, where Lord Mystic comes in the form of an animatronic. He mentions the music box and tells us that he is looking for Albert. This animatronic is pretty cool, but sadly we just see it for a short time at the beginning and end of the ride. After he leaves, Albert comes in. He can't control his curiosity and, of course, unlocks the box. Magic dust escapes the box and floats into the air, bringing the artifacts to life. Albert can be found in many different scenes. We see him watching in the music room, watching in fascination all the musical instruments that came to life atop a large pipe organ. Then we see him in the solarium room, where he's toying with some Venus flytraps, holding a piece of banana to them. Then in the arms and armor room, where a samurai armor with a katana tries to hack his head off. We can also see him at the Hall of Tribal Arts, where 3 tiki statues aim and throw arrows and darts at him. He also appears in the Chinese room, but as a projection and not in animatronic form. And then we finally see him in the acquisitions and cataloging room again, where he closes the box and turns everything back to normal. Lord Mystic appears again, happy to find Albert and ask him if he touched the box. Of course, Albert denies, and our adventure is over. Albert not only appears throughout the ride, but also in the queue line, where he shows us the legend of the music box. And he's not the only impressive animatronic in the ride. We can see many statues come to life during the whole ride that are pretty amazing. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Tokyo DisneySea. So we've talked about this animatronic before, but it is necessary to mention it on this list. Journey to the Center of the Earth opened on September 4th, 2001 at Tokyo DisneySea. This ride is located in a mysterious island, the living laboratory of Jules Verne's Captain Nemo. In this ride, we board earth-moving carts and begin descending deep into the earth through many scenes inspired by Jules Verne's novel. This amazing ride takes us through the layers of the planet where we see subterranean seas, bioluminescent forests, and stunning crystal caverns. But when an earthquake cuts off our route, the cars are forced to go into an undiscovered molten chamber. The ride takes us through the Earth's core, where we can see some enormous eggs dripping with goo and can't help but wonder at the size of the thing that laid those eggs. Suddenly, a massive spider-like leg begins slamming on the cavern wall. That's when we realize we've invaded a nest. The cart turns a corner where a pool of molten lava awaits, and here it is. Inside this pool is a terrifyingly amazing animatronic, the lava monster. A molten millipede with spider fangs and glowing eyes, with cool, jagged rock forming a type of crown on the top of its head. The lava monster is definitely the mother of the eggs we encountered before, and it is mad. It turns 90 degrees and sees us. Its eyes narrow in anger as it hisses. It rears back with its legs and fangs, gnashing and screeching. Then it lunges forward the cart. Thankfully, the cart accelerated and takes us all out of the mountain to safety. Pirates of the Caribbean, Battle for the Sunken Treasure, Shanghai Disney. Shanghai Disney is one of the most technologically advanced Disney parks in the world. The ride's technology is out of this world, and that includes their animatronics and the effects that are added to them. Pirates of the Caribbean, Battle for the Sunken Treasure is a perfect example of this. This ride is different from every other Pirates of the Caribbean ride because it is solely based on the movie franchise, instead of the original ride. The ride begins by entering Fort Snobbish, Jack Sparrow's current hiding place. We board the boats and find the usual Skull and Barbossa's Bounty restaurant before entering the Caves of Misfortune. Here we find some scenes with skeleton pirates, like a meeting of pirate captains, a captain stabbing a crewmate, and a special nod to the original attraction, the jail scene, complete with dog. After we're through, we get to a shipwreck, where we can see a skeleton standing. With a flash of lightning, this skeleton transforms into Jack Sparrow. The effect in animatronic is amazing. The animatronic looks so real, and the effect is pretty surprising. We then dive underwater where we enter the graveyard of lost ships. We move past sharks, shipwrecks and a huge kraken, encounter mermaids and cursed pirates, and the cursed Aztec gold from Curse of the Black Pearl. Then we move closer to the Flying Dutchman. Before we enter, Marcus ambushes us. This is another amazing animatronic that we find inside the ride. We enter the ship and find Davy Jones playing his pipe organ. He stops playing and turns around. This animatronic is equally impressive and terrifying. He decided to attack Jack for attempting to steal from him. So the rest of the ride is a great battle between Jack and Davy Jones. We end up in Fort Snobbish again, where we find another amazing Jack Sparrow animatronic. There are two different endings. Either Davy Jones turns the gold into rusted junk to spite Jack, or he lets him keep it. Either way, the animatronics are awesome. The Enchanted Tiki Room, Stitch presents Aloha I Como Mai, Tokyo Disneyland. Tokyo Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room has been changed a few times since it opened on April 15th, 1983. When it first opened, the attraction was just a Japanese version of the original Tiki Room. But then in 1999, it was replaced by the Enchanted Tiki Room, Get the Fever, a new show that changed the original hosts and took the new ones to a Las Vegas nightclub, where they needed to wake up the sleeping tiki gods by singing. This show closed in January 2008 to make way for the Enchanted Tiki Room. Stitch presents Aloha I Como Mai, and this time, the show brought Stitch into the Tiki Room. This attraction is pretty cool, and it doesn't treat Stitch as bad as Stitch's Great Escape did. The show starts with our new hosts, Hanoli, Manu, Mahing, and Wahanui. We know that the Tiki Birds are pretty impressive animatronics, and these are no exception. The birds welcome the audience and then start singing Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch. As soon as they finish the first verse, the lights go out and then quickly come back on. When they do, we can see that there are drawings and messages written all over the walls. The birds suspect that Big Kahuna, the leader of the Enchanted Tiki, was responsible for this. They see the message Aloha I Como Mai, which means hello, welcome, and which is actually the name of the next song they're about to sing. The birds start singing, but they keep getting interrupted by someone. Manu decided to ask the girls about Big Kahuna, and they come down as they always do on the Birdmobile, but they are wearing plastic Stitch ears. He asks the girls about them, and they say some blue creature put the ears on them. Suddenly, blue paint falls on the birds, and they leave scared. The lights go out and lightning strikes, and Stitch comes out of the fountain. This animatronic is amazing and super cute. He first pretends to be Big Kahuna, but then reveals that he's Stitch. The birds ask him why did he keep interrupting the show, and Stitch says that it was because he wanted to be a part of it. The birds tell him that he should have said so from the beginning, and tell him that he can be part of the show if he behaves. Stitch promises to be a good boy, and asks the audience if they are okay with him being part of the show. After everyone agrees, the show starts again. Stitch sings and plays the ukulele. He says he is happy and that everyone is part of his Ohana. He is a Stitch we all love. Playful and mischievous, but lovable and cute. The show ends and Stitch disappears. These are all amazing animatronics, and they keep getting better and better. Just take a look at what Imagineers are coming up with for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Can't wait to see the animatronics that will definitely make us do another list.